Um, yeah. I don't know how I feel about that property. That was uncomfortable. I felt forced. I probably won't. I probably won't do that one again. Um, something I'm going to try to do about once every week or two now, guys, is I'm going to add into the narrative of the value added messaging that I try to get out there. And I'm going to talk a little bit about kind of what's going on in our industry, like from a macro perspective. And I am going to talk about Loan Depot and some of the solutioning that we have towards that. I'll call it what it is. I do want to begin to get the narrative to make sure people understand where our place is in the market and what we stand for. But also, I think it's important, and this is me rationalizing it, that you guys see how a major mortgage bank is addressing some of the problems, because we're not the only ones going after some of these things, right? So the first thing I want to talk about is this. Quicken, number one purchase lender in the country. The funny thing is they've done it as quietly as can be, right? Like if any other retail mortgage banker goes into any of your markets, right? You know, like we've come into town and there's this big splash or guaranteed rate or Caliber or whatever company. We all hear about it. We all talk about it. Yet Quicken has been coming into our markets, stealing our purchase business. And other than kind of general comment, we don't talk about it. Like we still just say, I'm going to compete against you and I'm going to battle you, other retail lender. And we just let them continue to steal clients from our back pockets. And we all know how they're doing it. There's no secret sauce. They're getting to the consumer first. They're acquiring leads. They're pre-approving them in their ecosystem. And then they're sharing them with a realtor that is a Quicken realtor that won't give our name out, because if they did, they'd lose the Quicken referral sources. And so they've stolen these clients, and we almost feel like we don't compete against them, even though, again, they're the number one retail lender in the country. So what do? Well, the first thing we do, obviously, guys, is continue to do our traditional business. Up that game, get as good as you can, get more referrals. You hear me and a lot of my counterparts, people at other organizations talk about come to sites like this, Facebook, create a personal brand, brand and social presence. So the consumers in your community will feel connected and maybe they'll reach out to you. But guys, that works and you got to do that. That is not going to the client directly. Like Quicken has shown, leads work. Going to the consumer directly works. So while we're doing this brand thing that matters, let's not be dumb. Let's not be ignorant and ignore this lead ecosystem. Let's begin to lean into this. And some major mortgage organizations around the country are trying to do this. I've heard Fairway's trying it. I've heard Caliber's trying it. Let me talk a little bit about what we've done and really what you're going to begin to see if any companies figure this out at scale. We've got a mellow lead program. In general, what we're expecting starting next month is we're going to have roughly about 12,000 leads pushed into our in-market originator, our in-market local retail originator, 12,000 leads in a given month. Now, of that, last month, we had about 2,400 digital purchase leads. We're expecting that number to go up to about 6,000. So these are buyers that have gone online, clicked the button and said, I'm interested in buying a home. And what we're doing with that is we have a filtering system to make sure some boxes are checked, and then we are live transferring them down to our local originators. Now, the reason being, guys, is for all the multitude reasons that you probably know. One, conversion is higher than a call center conversion. Not that call center originators aren't talented. It's just they don't know local markets like we do. We're a little bit deeper in product knowledge. We convert higher when it is a local purchase transaction. But the other thing is being local, you can leverage that now to go get other relationships, other realtors. It's easy math. If you give a realtor, a pre-approved buyer that's not doing business with another realtor, just once a quarter, that realtor is going to want to be your best friend, your best partner. And that's what this enables you to do. The other thing, guys, is it is now getting you connected more to the community. We all know one loan leads to two. So it's not just that individual transaction. It's not just that individual relationship. It's also that client's sphere of influence. Guys, it is vital that we get to the consumer first. Whether you do social media, personal brand, or not, you need to seriously consider getting into this. And whether you use a Loan Depot Mellow Leads program that connects you to the telephony that we have, the call center, leads automatically push into your CRM, yada, yada, or not, this is an area you need to explore because this is not a fad. You don't get to be number one in the country on a fad. This segment of the market is going to continue to grow. And if you want to grow in your purchase market, you need to figure this part out. So pay attention to it. If you want to ask me any questions about our lead program, let me know. We're happy to share. And either way, though, I hope that my local compadres begin investing into leads because they are going to matter.